videos. I'm not doing this again.
Can you hear me?
Where are you from?
Colorado.
Oh,
No way.
We're from Illinois.
Okay.
I'm gonna shit on it.
How old are you?
30.
We're 15.
Is that okay?
Whatever. I don't care.
It is?
It's up to you.
Alrighty.
It's up to them, huh?
Tony, you're weird. You're weird, Tony. You're weird. I'm uncomfortable. That hurt my head.
The date is April 3rd, 1997, and in the city of Seattle, Washington, at around 11 a.m., 911 operators would receive a call that would change the course of history.
Hello, 911, what's your emergency?
There's a, black man. He's carrying...
So now we're just being racist. Now we're just being racist. At first it was prejudice, now we're just being racist.
something that looks like a samurai sword.
Okay, calm down. Please don't racial profile.
Let's go! W cop. W cop.
The name of the Seattle Street Samurai.
No way.
He refuses to surrender his weapon without a fight.
There's talks about this guy online, but they're from forever ago. So I just thought
How is this not made into a movie? I need this to be a movie.
I'd make a contribution by putting this amazing story in a digestible video format. I was genuinely floored to see that nobody had made a video about this, because this is insane. With nothing but sunglasses and a samurai sword to his name, this man held off an army of police officers for 11 hours. He withstood everything from getting shot to receiving a bribe in the form of a Big Mac, and just stood there. His name is Tony Allison. But on this day, he insisted that everybody, including the police, refer to him as Apollo. And it all started
Apollo
with him
Creed.
doing nothing. Yeah, it didn't actually start with that 911 call. That was fake. Surprise. It was actually an off-duty police officer, and he was alerted about a man in camo pants and a leather jacket that was quote-unquote disturbing. So this off-duty police officer decides to follow him from Pike's Place Market to the corner of 2nd and Pike. Bro, you're off-duty. Try hard much? Anyways, this is where you see him in the video. Now, Apollo was suspicious of this guy following him, and rightfully so. I would be as well. So he took what the cop describes as a defensive stance with his sword at the ready, which is understandable in a defense situation like this. But sadly, that was enough for the off-duty cop to call his buddy. And they would remain in that same location for the next 11 hours. They closed all the stores, evacuated everybody, shut down all the streets, caused traffic jams. In case you guys are wondering whether he's actually dangerous with a sword, the news report made sure to seek out a trustworthy source.
So the man confirms authorities' worst fears.
Yeah, he knows how to use the sword.
When the cops got there, apparently they tried to bribe the samurai sword out of his hand with a glorious sum of $50. I want you to take one look at this guy and guess how he responded.
Defensive stance.
No, but actually, verbally, he didn't say anything for the entire 11-hour standoff, except mentioning he had brothers in China and Russia, and correcting police officers when they wouldn't refer to him as Apollo. He also said,
okay, I know his story that never got out. This man is a sleeper agent. I know him personally. He's a sleeper agent. That's why he didn't speak, because he has to be told to speak through their language. That's why he has friends from Russia and China. He's a sleeper agent, and he is him. This man is deadly with a sword.
Said that he was possessed by demons and wanted to kill them.
He talked about Satan. He talked about his brothers in Russia and China, but he never really engaged the negotiator.
But yeah, he just refused to drop the sword. I don't know, I couldn't imagine why. However, the police did not give up here. They went back to the drawing board and came up with another offer. Now, I can't make this shit.
It's your McDonald's Big Mac. You've got a taste.
They offered him a Big Mac.
No, that's wrong, bro. You got that so wrong. I'm sorry.
And they assumed since he was unmoved by this, he must have a mental health history. So they tried triggering schizophrenic urges. Of course, he was unmoved by these childish tricks and continued to stand his ground. So the police weren't sure what to do next, since he wasn't attacking.
Should I buy a katana sword?
anybody. They had to get the sword out of his hand. They thought about throwing a net over him. They shot him with tranquilizer darts, which had no effect. They also shot him with those riot pellets, those little beanbags. Now, I don't know if you guys remember that scene in Jackass where they shot Johnny Knoxville with one of these things.
Probably.
It's considered less
Probably. Probably.
He was on the ground panting for like 20 minutes. He just shrugs it off. Anyways, 2 unfair nut shots later, he was still standing.
But he endures round after round.
I'm telling you, this dude is a sleeper agent. This man is a sleeper agent. He's not human. He's not human.
And shows no sign of surrender.
So then they decided the best route to take is to tear gas him.
The man shakes off the tear gas with...
This dude is
almost superhuman strength.
Spray him with a fire hose,
hoping that he will lose his grip on the sword. When that doesn't work, they turn the water pressure up, full blast,
and then pin him down with a ladder.
Those guys went down by the book, exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, of course. I'm pretty sure this is the definition of by the book, actually. Now, when you look at this from the outside, who is in the wrong here?
Guns with special bean bags that strike with the same impact as a heavyweight boxer's punch.
Chemical agents, or tear gas, makes the suspect very uncomfortable.
The crazy thing is, this man didn't do nothing to anyone. He was just walking around with a katana sword. He didn't try to hurt anyone, nothing. And they were like, we gotta take this guy out.
Burns his eyes, it burns his skin, and it makes it difficult for him to breathe.
The jets of water pack the force of a hurricane wind. Then, in a highly orchestrated maneuver, police pin the suspect down with a ladder, pole, and riot shield.
By the book, exactly what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, I don't know. You guys don't want to know my opinion.
Oh, except for some reasons.
What do you guys think? Would you consider this excessive force? Let me know in the comments. You might think this man's had enough. But the tragedy of Tony Apollo Allison's story is not done. As it turns out, only a year prior to the sword incident, Tony Apollo Allison was released from Western State Hospital after finishing a 10-year sentence from a charge in which he pled not guilty due to insanity. A charge of second-degree assault with intent to rape. Before this incident, he was an...
Wait, what? He was gonna do that to someone? Wait, what? Never mind, I take back what I said.
An alcoholic, wandering the streets with a sword on his back, and now he's a man with his name engraved in history. He was later sent back to Western State Hospital. However, his current whereabouts are unknown.
Damn,
until now, in a twist of events, I think I might have just found him, or at least some potential evidence he's still out protecting the city. Back in 2021, a dad was with his son at Bitter Lake Playfield, and while passing by a homeless encampment, spotted this distinct shiny object sticking out of the debris. Now, the location of this park happens to be about 50 miles away from Western State Hospital, or a mere 8.2 miles away from where this whole thing began.
Nice.
Now, due to Apollo's story being very old and many news sources doing very minuscule amounts of deep diving and just very little information in general, I had to resort to these two blog posts excessively. This one's got a really neat website, so go check it out.
Got a lot of neat posts about like alien, CIA project cover-up stuff.
Go check it out. Don't forget to subscribe.
I'm confused. What was that last part? I'm just saying they both had massive downfalls. Roddy Ricch had a downfall. The baby had a downfall.
Ain't safe to this day, I bet I show niggas. Niggas and they brothers be the closest. Me and my bros even speak to them. I ain't needing to speak. I'm gonna get her number before she get up out of here, cause she ain't sleeping with me. She make herself crazy, keep trying to keep up with me. I don't recommend it. On a normal day, roll up in Benzes. All that hating shit.
I'm praying for him. I'm praying for him. He's a bad dude. He killed the dude outside of a Walmart in California. How's that? It's good now. He killed the dude outside of Walmart in South Carolina. Long hole compilation. If you know, you know. Don't make me. What the fuck are we doing? What the fuck are we doing? Why? Why are we... Oh. Lord, we strive so far, but got so long far away from you. We came so far, but got so far away from you. This is rape. Okay, we're done. You scared the shit out of me, Toons. You scared the shit out of me. Yeah, it's crazy. It's because of you, man. What is wrong with you? We gotta do better, Funky Girl. We gotta do better. You're my little boo thing. I gotta protect you. Damn, she good.
That's what I was just about to say.
I knew my bitch was good. Oh, I'm sorry. I knew you were good. Love your name.
Thank you.
It's kind of gay, but I love it.
Yeah.
GG's. GG, buddy.
GG.
Let's go. Good game.
Good job.
I hate this
next one.
Green.
Why the hell did you roll your R's, bro? You ain't Latino. Shut your ass up.
Damn. Yo, good job.
Good.
Yeah, GG's.
No GG's, you bums. Come here, man. The 3% monkey, I bet.
Well, you hope you all have a good day.
You too. I'm so sorry.
No, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not.
Rap songs that never get old versus songs that get old fast. Yeah, let's see this. Okay, let's see this.
Alright, I'm gonna come out and say it right away. This video is a little bit of a stretch, but needless to say, there is some evidence of what we are going to talk about, and if you could read...
He's only 60, he's not about to be dead. How dare you disrespect Howie Mandel?
The title in the thumbnail, that would be that 9/11 may be in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Now, in this video, what we're going to do is discuss the evidence behind that and why people are talking about this and why that actually might be the case. But on top of that, we're also going to talk a little bit more about the setting of Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and a little bit of information that I found regarding the Gulf War and some details and dates that have been found on the website, giving us more of an idea of when and where things will actually be happening in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Somehow, including 9/11. So, I guess let's start with that one. Okay.
So are they gonna recreate, like, are they gonna actually show us the plane going like... Are they gonna show us that? Is he gonna be in the plane?
And this is not what I expected to be making this video on today, but here we are. So,
yeah, the plane.
This is the Black Ops 6 website. We have the latest news, which is, of course, the official comms are now activated for Black Ops 6. And then we have these redacted ones. We don't know when these are coming out, and when they do, of course, I will let you know what's going on with that. However, when we go to the actual kind of website here, and we look at this...
I hate you, man. Why? This is definitely not straight. Straighten that out a bit.
Image a little bit closer. I actually have it in Photoshop ready to go here. We can zoom in, and lo and behold, we have a year. It is right here, and that year is 2001, and it looks like /11, and from this, people are gathering the fact that 2001 September 11th. Now, there are many other things that actually support this as well, including the fact that a lot of the teasers have actually taken place in New York.
It's only
Whether you are discussing the newspapers that were released yesterday, or even deeper, some of the vandalism that we saw on the Truth Lies website, including the posters being posted, all took place within New York. On top of that, posters were posted around New York as well in real life, hence the idea.
Okay, sure, let's see. I'm scared. No, we're good, okay? We had a little setback. We're good, though. I don't know what happened, but we're good, though. Yeah, we gotta watch this. Going like... Are they gonna actually show us the plane? Going like... Are they gonna actually show us the plane? What's going on TikTok? That's going on TikTok. So what?
Of 2001, New York, 9/11. So that is where this is coming from. Now, how ridiculous is this? Well, let's put it this way. Call of Duty is no stranger to creating controversy. We really first started to see...
I was a kid. Guess what? I had no idea what was going on. I was just shooting people because in Call of Duty, you have to kill everyone. So I was just killing everyone in sight. Knifing them, shooting them, going back to the people that were hiding. Whew, I showed no mercy. And then now I look back, I was like, man, I'm a terrorist. Holy shit.
See this in Modern Warfare 2, the original one with the No Russian mission within Zakhaev International Airport. We all know what went down during that mission, where you play as the terrorists themselves, as Vladimir Makarov and his goons, and you carry out that attack. Now, this is something that we have also seen many times throughout the Black Ops franchise. The Black Ops franchise is kind of different than the Modern Warfare franchise because the Modern Warfare franchise is pretty much just all in a fictional universe. However, the Black Ops franchise is based in our reality. We see things like the Bay of Pigs invasion, the Panama invasion, the Vietnam War, and even World War II. All of which have several controversies in them of themselves. And in fact, one of the biggest ones that we saw is at the end of Call of Duty Black Ops 1. At the end of Call of Duty Black Ops 1, it is heavily implied that the JFK assassination was brought out by none other than Alex Mason. We saw a little cutscene throughout the campaign of Black Ops 1 that was Alex Mason kind of losing his mind inside the Pentagon, which we are going to come back to. But on top of that, at the very end, we get a little cutscene where we see Alex Mason in the JFK assassination, like on the date that it actually happened, once again implying that he did it. So in other words, Call of Duty isn't scared of this kind of controversy, but one, 9/11, a lot more recent, and number two, I do not see them putting together a mission where you are like flying the airplane or something crazy like that.
Let me fly the plane. Or at least let me take over the plane, you know what I mean? Like, let me be in the plane, and let me save it. You know what I mean? Like, they should just let you save it, you know? I want to be in the plane, let me kill the terrorist, let me steal the plane. If I could do that, and you were supposed to save the building, I may crash into it.
That. However, if we have a look at a couple more of the dates, this might actually answer what is going on here. So if we go back to this website, there's a couple of things that you can see. First of all, right underneath me here, we can see seemingly December 2nd, 91. Now, I looked up December 2nd, 91. Nothing really happened on that day. But the 91 number is a number that keeps coming up on the website over and over and over again. And in fact, if we go back to Photoshop here and have a look at a different image, this is kind of the banner image here, where we see the title for Black Ops 6. We can see Gulf and once again 91. Again, beside 91, we do see once again 11, so that is there as well. But 91. So why is 91 important? Well,
I know it. The game is going to release at 11 p.m. 91.
To start things off, on February 28th, 1991 is when the Gulf War actually ends. So, in Call of Duty Black Ops 6, this could be kind of what the story is leading up to. The Gulf War ending. On top of that, some other important things are on February 26th was the Highway of Death. Now, if you don't know, this happened in Kuwait, and basically it was a big...
If you don't know what the Highway of Death is, you guys have to search it up. It's the craziest thing ever.
Bombing that happened here, killing hundreds. And we've also kind of seen this as well in Modern Warfare 2019. A similar thing to this, but of course taking place in that fictional universe, not based out of reality like the Highway of Death might in a Black Ops 6 mission. So seeing the year 2001 lends me to the question of whether or not this Black Ops campaign is going to do something similar to Black Ops 2, where we have two kind of different separate timelines. One that takes place in the 90s, early 90s, leading up to the end of the Gulf War, and then another one that takes place in the year 2001 all the way up until 2003 that may be the story of 1, 9/11, and 2, how America gets back into the Gulf and moves in on Iraq and things along those lines. It could be a very interesting
Black
way
Ops
of
7 is
telling
going to be
this
called
kind of
Iraqi
story,
War,
especially because in this era, the early 90s,
and then Black Ops 8, we're going to take over. We're going to take over the Britain. We're going to take over the UK.
Early 2000s, there's not a lot of video games that kind of focus on this era of war. There's tons in World War II, there's tons of modern combat, there's tons of futuristic combat, but this Gulf War, 90s, early 2000 era, there's really not much there. Now, this brings us back to 9/11. How could they actually do this and remain kind of sensible about it? Again, I don't think we're going to be flying the plane or anything like that. Another thing that you have to remember is that the towers weren't the only thing that happened on that day. The Pentagon was also hit. The Pentagon is also an area that we have already seen within Black Ops games, so there could be something along the lines of that. I could also see them doing something where they kind of focus not so much on the attack itself, but what happened to America after this. Something along the lines of having you be on a mission where you are in the towers. You are someone who is inside. The plane hits the towers, you are forced to escape, and then we kind of see this kind of aspect of how this changed America after and how it led to the war after that. Potentially, one thing that Black Ops likes doing is showing presidents. We saw JFK, we saw Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
We've seen all of these.
Did he say Reagan? He said Reagan.
Showing presidents. We saw JFK. We saw Ronald Reagan.
He said Reagan. Ronald Reagan. Reagan, not Reagan.
Seen all of these, and maybe this one is going to be heavily focused on the Bushes, because we have George Bush Sr. at the beginning of the Gulf War, and then we have George Bush Jr. leading into the second war in the Gulf, which takes place starting kind of in 2003.
Okay, that's enough information. I had to do it myself. I'm sorry, bro. You were not helping me. I just had to murk him real quick, you know. Could have been a sweep, bro. He's all cool. You got the trash.
Bro, shut the fuck up.